Sickness. Chapter 4. Vigilante.
Coming to a movie near you.
Damn it! Wow, 13 days later. That's a Tuesday morning, September 20th. Almost 2 weeks have passed since my first day in the life of Marcus. Why does that sound like a very morbid TV show?
In the life of Marcus.
You're watching the everyday life of Marcus. Coming to CBC next week. I warn you, don't let your children watch because otherwise they'll have nightmares.
In an undying debt.
Oh yeah, and a bunch of debt as well. I'm pretty sure that will happen. With every day, I've found myself growing more confident and more resourceful. We started out doing collections as we've done on our first day of work, and worked our way up to deliveries as well. Apparently, some gamblers actually win, if their luck doesn't last. Since we usually finish around midday, I've been spending my afternoons sparring and training with Andre. Slowly but surely, I'm improving. My injuries have lessened with every match, and my rate of recovery is at an all-time high. My tailbone is no longer feels like it's broken. Finally, I can take a shit on the toilet. I'm able to dodge most of my opponent's blows, and I'm barely suffering from a single bruise. May I have what it takes to be a fighter after all? Despite what my improvement seems, I may not need to enter the ring after all. Although there's always a need for more combatants, reliable collectors are apparently far more valuable. As long as I keep doing what I've been doing, Marcus believes our current work will last for many months to come. I'll be able to make a comfortable living doing despicable, legally questionable work. Marcus won't need another wait, they spelled luster wrong.
Lackluster.
No, they spelled it wrong. The R and the E are the wrong way around. That's terrible. Lackluster cover job, and Korasu will have 2 trustworthy collectors. With our current
predicament.
With our current predicament being what it is, everyone wins. Except that's when everything changed. Wow, I was right.
In the last chapter, everyone lost.
Everybody, that is, except for Sarah. While I've been growing stronger and more capable every day, Sarah has been doing the opposite. She was happy as ever over the weekend, and then became depressed and on edge the second that Monday rolled around. Another week rolled by and the same pattern repeats of, oh my god, is she getting abused at school? Who's hurting my fucking sister?
Please save me, Suo.
Nope, you're done! Nope, you're done! Lately, Sarah's been returning with misery so obvious that it pains me to simply look at her, let alone try to once again ask what's wrong. Her mental state just continues to degrade, and she won't tell me a thing. Yesterday afternoon, Sarah practically broke down the moment I returned. She cried and cried, allowing herself no reprieve. What the fuck? What is that? Nope. Reprieve. No reprieve, as she silently wept for a reason still unknown. I carefully looked her over. Noticed no physical injuries of any kind. Her clothes weren't torn. Her hair was straight. Nothing was amiss. All I can do was offer Sarah a shoulder to cry on as I attempt to console her, holding her tight until I was on the verge of tears myself. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's worse. Seeing the only loved one I have left in such a state, or feeling powerless to do a thing about it. This morning, the day after her most recent grandiose episode, Sarah's gradual return to the world of the living brought with a fresh attitude and renewed spirit. She quickly wiped her eyes and nose. She changed into a school uniform and began making breakfast. Whatever happened yesterday, it was nothing a good night's rest could help rectify. Proceeding with our usual morning routine, Sarah brushes off any of all questions I threw at her regarding last night's episode, determined to shut me out of whatever she's going through. But I won't let her. Okay, I'm following her now. Following Sarah's usual departure, I quickly changed into a hooded jacket that I purchased on my way home from work. I stashed in my pockets the knife Marcus gave me, and enough money to allow me any necessary expenditures, leaving leaving a second later and taking off in Sarah's direction. Just after Sarah's shadow, I made it to the bus stop with seconds to spare. Boarding a few passengers behind her and making sure to conceal my face. Sarah isn't exactly expecting me to be here, so she's obviously won't seek me out. But all it takes is a single well-timed glance. I wonder what she'd say if she knew her own bro was stalking her. I know it's a bit much, but she isn't giving me many options here. Slowly passing my sister by, I took a seat towards the back of the bus, 2 seats behind Sarah. I'm no worried that keeping so close might result in my identity being exposed, but the alternative of being too far away to do anything seems far more off-putting. Yeah, that makes sense. A few more passengers boarded before the bus set on its usual course. Sarah sat quietly by herself, staring out the window the entire trip, seemingly without a care in the world. She didn't say a word to the other passengers or do anything to attract attention, and in return she didn't meet with any conflict to speak of. At what felt like only a few minutes, we've reached our destination, ascending 2 flights of stairs as we made our way from the bus to the city's train station. I continued to follow Sarah, but no matter how hard I looked, I couldn't find any reason for a recent depression. Could it be that she's just being bullied at school after all? If that were the case, she'd want to change schools, not move house. But if it isn't the commute, then... As if responding to my doubt, trouble finally emerged. Standing between Sarah and the ticket gates were 2 teenage boys, each one who seemed to recognize Sarah at the moment they laid eyes on her. Likewise, Sarah's expression worsened but as they approached her, quickly confirming my suspicion. Oh god. Oh god. Although I was a little too far away to hear what the boys were saying to her, Sarah's expressions and demeanor spoke volumes. The duo continued to cut her off whenever Sarah tried to walk away, often standing on her side to block her exits. They smirked to themselves whenever she lashed out, laughing with while Sarah snorked in disgust. Even without hearing a single word, I knew they were the ones I was after. Once the train arrived, the 2 boys followed Sarah into the chosen carriage. They allowed only a few feet between themselves and Sarah at any point in time, following close behind as she tried to distance herself from them. Hey, slow down. What's the rush?
Yeah, don't you want to sit with us?
Charlie?
I can't do...
Hey, keep it down, you two. Seizing the opportunity the moment it struck, Sarah sat down next to the police officer, finally granted herself a moment of reprieve from her pursuers. Nicely done, sis. Although the trip itself proved rather peaceful, harassments resumed the moment that Sarah reached her destination. It may only take a few minutes to get from the station to her school, but the time isn't only factor here. While the train station had security cameras and the trains were lined with cops and radio staff, the road to her school encompasses a little more than side streets and vacant lots. Unlike at the station, the 2 teenagers kept the distance on the walk to school. They followed at least 10 meters behind Sarah at all times, allowing them to talk quietly between themselves without giving their target any indication as to what they were up to. With a safe distance between Sarah and her pursuers, I moved in closer, enabling myself to listen in on the conversation the duo were having. You're killing me, man. Why not today?
There aren't that many people around. Just be patient. Your time will come.
Oh, this doesn't sound good.
We have to wait until she's alone, you know.
You've been saying that for weeks. When is her time exactly?
When God says so, my friend.
What?
Jesus.
Just stay calm.
Getting desperate is the first step towards getting caught. Whoa.
Well, I suppose you would know. But shouldn't an ex-con like you have a bigger sex drive? Why does it feel like I'm the only one into it today?
What?
Okay, I'm not doing into that for you. You're just too focused on that silver girl. You need to diversify your... No, I think I know where this is going. Taste a couple of other girls first who wait your appetite. This is...
As I listened to what
no.
the 2 were discussing, I could feel a familiar surge from the bottom of my stomach. I clenched my fist so tight that I could feel my own pulse, utilizing every fiber of my self-control at my disposal in order to keep my fist by my side. I know I needed to remain calm, but my blood was already boiling. The metaphor of what they alluding to is driving me absolutely livid. Sarah's been mere feet away from those two cretins for weeks now, being broken down many and to the point of tears. They're laughing and snickering about what they planned for her. If I don't step in, if I don't tell Sarah after all, I can only imagine how long it would take before... No, don't even think like that. What matters is that I'm here and that I'm here. And that was what ended all today, one way or another. As Sarah neared the end of her short walk, she practically sprinted through the gates, enjoying the safety of her school provider. With the other students mulling around the front of the school and hundreds more within, she was soon among friends, safe from the clutches of her stalkers. Bye-bye.
See you after school.
Those dirtbags, they really are laying on thick. Between the discretion they've shown thus far and the false familiarity they exclude, it's no wonder Sarah hasn't managed to shake them off. It's not a rare sight seeing teenagers hit on one another or breach the personal space of others. As long as they don't step too far out of line. Oh, fucking hell.
Passerby.
No, I think... Passerby?
Random passerbys would think nothing of it.
I think that word sounds differently. If their intentions didn't make me want to throw up, I might actually praise how much thought they put into this. So, you ready to intercept the next train? There's always a fewer passengers on the late trains, and the students aren't in too much of a hurry to notice shit.
Sounds like a plan to me.
No argument here. Heading back on a slightly different route, I soon found myself watching the duo from afar, giving myself enough cover to prevent the two from noticing my presence. I took the time to make myself room between some bushes and the side of a nearby house, settling in for longer than I would have liked as I watched over my targets. Although watching and waiting still isn't a skill of mine in which I have much faith in, it does give me time to cool off, offering much needed shade and breathing room. I should use this time to calm down and gather my thoughts, and the moment I tried to calm myself down, I once again felt that same sickening feeling in my chest. What was I thinking? How can I possibly calm down knowing what those two are doing? How can I just sit and wait while those two go about their lives preparing to grab another victim? How can I let people like that roam the streets preying on the innocent young girls? Scum like that doesn't deserve to live, much less breathe the same air as my sister. They could both die tomorrow and the world would be better. Better yet, they could die today. You know what? I agree! Kill the bastards! 10 minutes of agony later, another train came along, carrying with several unsuspected targets. From my post shrouded in foliage, I could easily make out every movement of my targets, and more important than the next victim. A slender, timid-looking girl, probably a year younger than Sarah and I did. She was wearing the same uniform and had a similar build to Sarah, but her demeanor and attitude seemed more naive and carefree. A pretty young girl who'd make a perfect victim. No sooner I had made my guess than then the duo began stalking their prey. The target was in too much of a rush for the same level of caution to be necessary, unaware that she was even being followed. They tailed the girl closely, roughly matching her pace until the three passed by an empty dead-end street.
Now. Oh shit.
Oh god!
Holy shit.
Hey, hold her legs properly.
Oh my. Shut up and get. Oh my god.
One team covered the girl's mouth with cloth and had been concealed in his pockets while the other grabbed her legs. Taking advantage of the shock, the duo immediately carried her towards the empty street, pecking a house on the corner they presumably knew to be empty ahead of time. This girl was scared stiff, but once the initial shock wore off, she began flailing wildly. Hey, you picked a feisty one today.
Of course. Oh no.
Do you want me to do it?
Horrible. No. You know what? This is pretty messed up.
What are we playing?
Do you want me to read it?
Yes, please do.
Of course, energetic girls are the best, don't you think? No argument there.
Oh my god, this is...
I followed the free as inconspicuous as I could, utilizing neighbor yards instead of risking being seen on the side of the road. Climbing up the fence of the house in question, I leaned across and grabbed onto the rear of the house back what the fuck? Beyonder, pulling myself to the dilapidated building and quietly entering from the back. I slowly walked from room to room, watching my back every step of the way. Tiptoeing, I remained vigilant, not to make a sound, proceeding with caution until I found my own targets. Quit struggling, would ya?
Christ.
You know it won't do any good.
Oh no.
You tell her, bud. Pity women never listen. By the time I found the duo, one was already holding the girl down, sitting on her stomach, and pinning both her arms down with his own. His weight appeared to be more than enough to restrain the girl, making the job easier than he dared hope. And her mouth was the same cloth that they used to gag her during the initial grab, now kept in place by using duct tape. All right, almost done. About time. Let's get this show on the road already. While the first team prevented their prey from escaping, the other emerged from the next room, bringing with him a video camera and stack of condoms.
Oh my god.
By now, the frightened girl knew exactly what they were planning, sobbing silently as she continued to flee and attempt to regain her freedom. Come on, hurry up already! Take too long and I'll start without you, you know. Calm down, we have all the time in the world. Let's enjoy ourselves, yeah?
Shocked to the core with this.
Well, I did tell you it's very dark.
Well, yeah, I thought it was just gonna be like the guys just going around murdering people and such, you know.
No, I knew that like the second they were stalking the girl.
I understand it might have just been bullying, but yeah, this is fugged.
Yep. While the dominant member of the group set up his tripod and camcorder, I slowly edged my way to the next room, removing from my pocket the knife I intend to use as a last resort. Biding my time and slowing my breathing, I try to get a hold of my nerves, clutching my blade tightly as I neared the dominant young man. Despite my on-job training over the last few weeks, I found myself shaking in both fear and anticipation, afraid to use the blade in my hand, yet compelled to put the two criminals in their place. I could see myself attacking them, beating the duo into submission, making them pay for victimizing a young girl like this. When it came to actually using the knife in my hand, I froze. Throughout the many violent encounters I had started and ended over the years, I had not once had to use a weapon. I had never done something as cowardly as sneaking up on someone and stabbing them in the back or bringing a knife to a fist fight. Even when I killed my previous boss, Mr. Muto, I had done so with my bare hands, killing him by accident, as things got out of control. So when I tried to use the blade in my hand to attack the scum in the front of me to give them what they had coming, I realized that you're a coward.
Wow.
Yes, I am a coward. I know what I need to do. I know how to make the situation better. So why can't I move? You're weak. It's because I'm weak, isn't it? I don't have the strength to help that girl. Helping complete strangers is a job for the police. I have no business with that girl to begin with. Why am I even here? Why did I come here today? That girl is just some random person I've never met before. Her well-being is not my own problem. And if it was Sarah?
Holy shit.
Sarah. No. If I had been Sarah in there. If I had been Sarah. There, the perfect angle. Ready for your debut, little miss? Interrupted mid-sentence, the teen's eyes shot wide open as a pain unlike anything he'd felt before permeated through his body. Protruding from his stomach was the tip of the blade, taken with bone and cartilage from his own spine. Before he could so much as wipe the blood dripping from his mouth, the teen's legs buckled and forced him to the floor, refusing to move no matter how much he willed them so. What the fuck? With the first youth disposed of, I swiftly embraced his partner, grabbing the teen by his throat and dragging him off the petrified girl beneath. Alert to my presence by his partner's groan, my second target tried to fight back, nailing one of the main bruises of my stomach on his fist. With the adrenaline and anger fuel of my every action, the pain didn't even register. I removed my hand from his throat and gripped him by the hair. exposing his throat for the obvious next step. Nice! Those bastards got what they got coming to.
Holy shit!
Oh!
The moment my left hand left his throat, my knife took its place.
Yeah, and the hero has kind of like, yeah, you kind of fucking deserve that.
Yep, he did.
All the way to hell.
I cut quickly and deeply, paying no heed to the blood sprayed on my hand.
Have you just turned into Noctis now?
Yes, I turned into Noctis! The young man desperately grabbed at his throat, trying to stop the bleeding by any means necessary. With both of his hands occupied, with any defense he could have offered was rendered moot. Seizing the opportunity, I focused on the back of the prey's neck, and at last, it was over. Yay, we saved her!
But yeah, she's also going to be traumatized for life because
no, did she need to
She
get
was
raped?
almost
And
raped. She just saw murder.
yeah, and
Yep.
she's also seen your face.
as my second victim fell to the floor in a bloody heap, I slowly walked away, careful not to step in the pool in his pooling remains. But as I looked down at my hands, a familiar feeling of shock and horror set in, driving me to an unwelcome realization. It happened again. I had been overwhelmed by bloodlust a moment ago, but the second my prey hit the floor, I realized what I've done. My hands shook and I could hear my ragged breathing. Before me was a corpse, a deceased human being. Well, to be fair, you don't have to feel too bad. They were gonna do something inhumane, so you don't have to feel too bad. A human being I had killed, just like with Muro. I lost myself in the moment, forgetting all about the situation at hand, and thinking only about my target. No, this is much worse. Mr. Muro was an accident. I slammed his head against the table during our fight. Never intended to actually kill him. Okay, so I guess that will make sense why he died.
So the first one was manslaughter. Now this makes it murder.
It was involuntary manslaughter.
I think that's what manslaughter means. You know, it's like you attack someone, but without the intention of like actually. You know, you meant to harm them, but you never meant to kill them.
Yeah, but this time I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew, and yet I stared at my bloody hands, and I noticed subtle movements out of the corner of my eye. The girl I had sought to save had her back against the wall, no doubt in shock and terrified by everything that had happened since she alighted from the train. She looked at me with unbridled fear in her eyes. A view I repaid with a calm smile. Looking at the frightened girl, I remember when I was and why I had gone to such extremes. I didn't set out to kill anyone today. I came here to protect Sarah. To protect girls like this one from those fiends. My merits may have been contemptible, but even so, I had my reasons. I removed the tape from the frightened girl's mouth with my bloody hands, meeting with far less resistance than I thought I would, and now she has blood on her face. With her paralyzed by fear or simply small enough to not to provoke a murder, the girl remained frozen, allowing me to cut the tape to cut the tape binding her hands. That's it for me.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
So you've now become Batman.
I'm Batman. I am the Dark Knight.
Anyways, those two won't be going anywhere.
And the girl is free to move as she pleases. And my work here is Just as I turned to leave, I felt my legs snag on something, and when I spun back around, what I found was the arm of the girl I had just held tightly clinging to my pants. Her gaze was locked onto my own pupils, no longer sharing the fear I had witnessed moments ago. I suppose that's for the best. If she elusive enough to differentiate between friend and foe, I should be able to leave here without worrying. Removing the girl's arms from my leg, then turned once again to walk away. Oh, I thought it'd be a bit more than that. Oh, that's it. Well, we saved the day. We're now Batman. That's awesome. Emptying the container of my stomach and emptying the containers of my stomach into the
He was puking.
Yeah, I washed my mouth out
For
the nth time as I tried to clean myself off. For all my efforts, the sig now reeks of bio and stomach acids, not to mention whatever remained of my breakfast. I managed to keep my composure at the scene, and even on the way home, but the moment I entered the front door, my stomach took a turn for the worst. Be it the diminishing adrenaline, the overwhelming scent of blood, or the sheer gravity of what I've done, my body is now paying the price. I spat up the last of my breakfast and hung my head over the sink, closing my eyes as I thought back over what had happened. After leaving that girl's
So basically, I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
Oh God!
Alfred!
Just killed someone.
Alfred!
Alfred.
Alfred, I killed someone! That's alright, Master Wayne. It was bound to happen sooner or later. But I killed someone! It's against my moral code! That's quite alright, Batman. It's okay. You'll be fine. After leaving that girl's side, I used my hooded jacket to wipe the blood off my knife. I exited the same way I entered, jumped over the neighbor's fencing until I reached the road, and then casually walked away from the house. Want to put some distance between myself and the crime scene, and then ditched the conspicuous article of clothing in a storm drain, and kept the clean weapon tucked under my shirt. As for my gloves, oh no, I wasn't wearing any gloves from the beginning, was I? I didn't think I needed them, so I never bothered buying any. A weapon seemed like an obvious purchase for someone in a new line of work, but gloves? Shit! My fingerprints will be in several places around the house, not to mention my second victim. Lucky my fingerprints aren't on file as far as I know, but any possible evidence is bad enough. And even without my fingerprints being present, there's still the matter of that girl. She saw my face. She had a piece of tape with my thumbprint on it. She can place me at the scene of the crime. But will she? When I left, that girl seemed to realize that I meant her no harm. If anything, I'd helped her out of a bind. She shouldn't do this. She shouldn't see. So shouldn't she do the same? Hopefully she won't be a bitch and turn in Batman. And if she does play along, the fact is that I'm in serious trouble now. Then Marcus started banging on the door and saying, "So I've heard you kill more people. Fuck! How did you know? The police are looking for you. Shit! My job." Damn it, Marcus! You weren't supposed to tell them. And how did you find out?
And also, that's the thing. I won't get my money back. Shit.
My job is both dangerous and criminal. I've killed 3 people, and yet another person now has the power to put me behind bars. If I'm not careful, my work might just start to follow me home. Yes, we could get fucked. Finally, prying myself away from the sink, I eventually managed to settle my stomach and get a grip. I realized that worrying wouldn't do any good, and that I could only wait and see. For the time being, the matter was out of my hands. As I attempted to restore some sense of normality to my day, my mind turned back to work and my collecting gig with Marcus. With our usual meeting time having come and gone, it was already too late for me to head out. Even if I left, I wouldn't have any clue where to go, since our destinations were told to Marcus directly. What a blunder! I killed 2 people, left evidence, and a witness at the scene, and now I'm skipping work, which my crime lord boss expected to complete. Today really couldn't have gone any worse, could it? And oh well, no use worrying about it now. If Marcus wants me, he knows where to find me. Right now, I just need to take it easy. I'll relax on the couch and watch some television, and do my best to escape from this awful reality I seem to be living.
In today's news, there have been 2 people murdered in an abandoned house, and so we're trying to find the fingerprint of who was responsible for this horrible, horrible murder.
Shit! Collecting the remote control in my hand, I began flipping through the channels until I found one playing cartoons. Yes! Aw, damn it! Currently, one was playing kids programs aimed at children 8 and under, suitable for all ages. And this is what I'm talking. What? Well, then again, there could be Adventure Time. Oh, I see. You're gonna use it to get away from the bloodshed. What better way is there to escape from the bloodshed taking over my life? I guess? After the first cartoon finished, I changed to a different channel, trying my luck while the commercials continued to play between shows. Unfortunately, only one chance in me playing cartoons. There were dozens of reality TV shows, a few news programs, nothing close to light-hearted entertainment I was after. Yep, useless shit. It's just like normal TV. I kept flipping through channels until I rested on a morning news program. Sighing deeply as I recited myself to learn about the real world after all. As much as I want to escape reality for a while, sensationalist news stories can't possibly be as confronting as my new job, let alone my morning. Yep, my life sucks. I sat for a few minutes of puff pieces before flipping back to the cartoon channel I was on previously. As luck would have it, however, what followed the cartoon was a live-action kids show instead. Kids no older than 12 sitting in a fake classroom and playing on smartphones. That sounds boring! I don't want to watch that! Change the channel! How stimulating. What? That sounds boring! This is what kids watch nowadays? Now I just feel old. Oh, thank God for that. What's so interesting about watching pre-teens bond over how difficult their little lives are? Oh, you ran out of credit on your prepaid plan. You're practically a third-world orphan. What? What the hell?
Wow.
Oh my God, I ran out of credit. I'm like practically a third-world orphan. Oh my God.
Huh.
What were your parents thinking, trying to teach you moderation? They're practically Nazis. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this program? Your teachers assigned you difficult homework? You poor thing. What the hell is...
I think what's happening is he's comparing what's happening here to what he's going through. So,
fair enough.
So he's going like, oh, you ran out of credit for your phone. That's so sad. I've just had to murder two guys who nearly had attempted rape.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
Oh, you've got difficult homework. Yeah, I killed my boss accidentally by stotting his head off the thing. You know.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, someone won't friend you on Facebook. Yeah, well, I saw one of my colleagues just shoot a family of 3 in the head.
Yeah, that makes sense. I need to calm down already. Ranting about this shit isn't gonna do me any good. There are things I need to do, and none of them involve watching worthless trash like this. Yes! Flicking the channels back over to the morning news, I head into the bathroom once more, choosing to focus on cleaning up after myself. It would be rather filthy of me to leave the bathroom smelling like vomit, not to mention downright careless. I can't just count Sarah learn about what happened here today, or about anything I did today. With that in mind, I quickly scrub the sink clean, then turn my attention to my clothes.
Which are also covered in sick.
And also they were covered in shit.
Hmm.
Although the hooded jumper I threw away absorbed most of the damage, my shirt still smells pretty bad. And it can't be that hard to do the laundry, right? Oh shit, I flooded the house! There's soap everywhere! Okay, the wash machine...
Well, get rid of the smell of vomit, then.
Yeah, but now there's bloody soap, like the blood and the soap's combined!
Your sister comes back. I'm back from school and... This is exactly what it looks like.
Now what? Do I just throw the clothes in, or do I need to do something to them first? And for that matter, where's the laundry? Isn't there a basket of clothes around here somewhere? Okay, maybe I should start with something I actually know how to do. I'm no chef, but I can surely make a proper meal that we actually have ingredients. Sarah's been doing all the cooking lately. It's about time I made something for her instead. Now, what to make? We have some chicken, eggs, tomatoes. Okay, I guess I'll make instant noodles. Good lord, I'm pathetic. Do you want to do the news? Who wants to do the news report? Charlie, do you want to do it?
Now we return to local news.
As I pulled a packet of instant noodles out of the cupboard, I heard the television from the next room. I guess this isn't so bad. I suppose it's kind of cool I can listen to the news while I cook. I almost feel like I'm a stay-at-home dad or a house husband. Oh!
Earlier this morning, 2 fugitives were found in critical condition in an abandoned house.
Shit! Huh? I ran back into the living room and hastily clambered for the remote control. I increased the volume and leaned forward nervously, watching the screen. Oh, great! You can do Frank.
The older of the 2, who was released from juvenile detention center 6 months ago, was found with his spine severed just above the lumbar. He was rushed to hospital in an attempt to minimize damages, but
At this stage, it appears as he will never walk again.
So he survived after all. Whether I should feel relieved or anxious about that, the end result is that he won't be able to hurt anyone else. I call that a victory. Maybe daytime TV isn't so bad after all.
The younger of the two, an offender whom police have previously been able to attach a name to, was found with his throat slashed. Police believe that the young man bled out within minutes and died at the scene.
Died at the scene, huh?
The older of the two still yet to wake up. The police have been able to confirm the identity of their assailant.
Uh-oh. Oh no!
Given what is that his wounds appear to have been dealt from behind, however, police do not expect a positive identification.
Shit! Well, hooray for me! I may not be able to clean clothes or cook real food, but at least I can blindly commit and get away with horrific crimes! That's something, I guess.
One witness is currently in police custody, but due to their age, police refuse to disclose the person's identity.
Well, that actually is true.
Given the proximity of the crime scene in regards to a nearby high school, we believe that...
A witness, huh? And also, welcome back!
It's the girl.
Yeah, we know. I have no doubts regarding the identity of this witness. The question is, will she talk? They did use the term witness, meaning that that she saw something, but she wouldn't rat me out, would she? You're deluding yourself. No, Noctis, no! Stop talking to me!
Yes, you are deluding yourself!
Is it really so far-fetched? I helped her. She helps me? That's how it works, right? Right?
Noted.
Yes, I know I'm right. There's no need to fret over this, or to worry about what might happen.
You're gonna get arrested.
I've done nothing wrong.
Yes, you have. You committed murder.
Shut up, person in my head!
You can't make me.
Yes, I can if I kill myself!
Well, that's the end of the reading. We hope you enjoyed this.
Desperate to distract myself, I showed up at Andre's gym at noon on the dot, soon meeting up with my usual sparring partners. In addition to Andre teaching me grapples, Marcus had drafted a couple of boxers instead, interested in teaching a new recruit the basics. I only engaged in a few sessions with each of them, since I'm currently receiving training every second or third day, but we quickly warmed up to one another nonetheless. I greeted the trio and received my training gear, quickly changed in and joined them in the ringside. Since they spent most of their time at the gym, at least from what I gather, nobody here should have heard a word of my early exploits. More or less, since Marcus is yet to arrive himself, my absence from work this morning should also be unknown to those present. Figure of those optimistic thoughts, my training for the day began. My training followed as the same motion as ever. Andre and I tried to knock one another to the floor, after which point we each attempt to make the other tap out. After an hour or so of uncoordinated grappling, Andre explained in detail how to perform specific holds and breaks, while demonstrating on my body, thereafter asking that I mimic what he showed me. Partway through the day's uncoordinated grappling, however, we were interrupted by an unusual sight. Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus Christ, what the hell's happened to you?
Charlie?
Nice to see you too, buddy. I don't suppose you've got any spare medical kit lying around.
Medical kits? You need fucking surgery? Sit down a minute, we'll take care of you.
Andre motioned for the two boxes to help Marcus into the next room, presumably to begin patching him up.
Hey, give me your pants, I need to soak up the blood!
No, I'm wearing these!
No, that's a You, give me your hat, give me your boxing wraps!
But I need them for boxing!
Shut up!
The footsteps slowly became inaudible, leaving just Andre and I outside the ring.
That's what happens when your partner decides to skip work.
Oh! Shit! How do you...
You two always arrive together. The one day you don't, he walks covered in injuries. It doesn't take a genius to figure it out.
I haven't been coming here long, but Andre's right. Whenever I do show up, Marcus is right by my side. And as for his other point, however, I know I should have been there, but he's been collecting since before I showed up, right? When we went out, it didn't even seem like he needed a partner.
Yeah, well, before you showed up, I was the one making collections. Marcus was the one supporting me. He wanted to prove that he has what it takes, so I let him take the lead as long as he agreed to bring you with him. You're the only one who's still in training, you know.
Damn it. I thought Marcus could handle himself, but it turns out I was prepared for him for more than just my own training. Just because I forced him to fend for himself in an extreme risky job, Marcus is in need of medical attention. I don't. Fucking parents. I didn't think for a second about his safety when I ditched work this morning. The thought that he might get injured never ever registered, and yet, thanks to my neglection, he could have been.
Well, no use worrying about it now. What's done is done. Just hope you're up to the challenge.
The challenge?
Don't play dumb, you know what I'm talking about. With Marcus in that state, you won't be able to take the lead for a while. Someone else will have to take over. So unless you've stumbled upon another source of revenue since we last spoke, you better hope you're up to the task.
Uh-oh. That's not good. After leaving the gym, a little earlier than usual, I slowly made my way back home.
Marge! Have you heard about the murders on television of those two kids?
No, honey, I haven't!
Oh, okay. Ooh, more dead bodies! Bart!
I thought about everything that happened since I woke up. The rapid unforeseen events that threw my day into chaos. To begin with, I stopped my sister, who had been acting abnormally lately, and I discovered the reason for her melancholy. Then I watched the girl get abducted and consequently killed and paralyzed her would-be rapists. I skipped work, the price of which paid by my partner, who was badly injured. Lastly, but not least, I was promoted to lead collector, despite being on the job for a mere 2 weeks. But even as I mulled over the bizarre day I had, I didn't regret my actions. I consider my deeds to be idiotic and impulsive, sure, but I did not regret them. Marcus knew the risks, and the two I attacked deserved far worse. Those three will receive no pity from me. The only one who suffered needlessly today was the girl I freed, and her situation would have been far worse if I hadn't shown up. And yet, despite that being the logical conclusion, why do I feel so bad? Forget it, there's no point thinking about this any further. I just want the day to end already. As I walked through the kitchen, what away was a sight for sore need to see.
Aha, you're back early.
What are you wearing?
Today just keeps on getting better.
Storming out of the living room was Sarah, as lively and elated as I've ever seen her. And as if her tone and demeanor weren't enough, her clothing spoke volumes about her mental state. Sarah has always disliked wearing dresses and skirts. In fact, it took years before she finally stopped wearing my pants to school and actually tried on a skirt. I don't know about that one. But when she's this happy, even her unfounded body issues won't stop her from showing off. Good evening, dear sister. You sure seem to be in a good mood, and for that I'm eternally grateful. Hearing about my exploits and seeing Marcus's sorry state shook me, but if that's what it takes to see Sarah this happy, I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
How could I not be? Didn't you hear it? There's assault near my school earlier today.
She found out about that already? Wait, forget about that. She's excited that there was an assault? What should we do? Should we play along or play dumb?
Play along?
That's what I was gonna go for. Yeah, I saw something about that on the news earlier. 2 criminals apparently one was crippled for life and the other was dead.
That's not all. The police found the camcorder that the victims were using to tape their crimes.
Oh shit.
The one who survived is going straight to jail. He'll never be able to hurt anyone ever again.
It's a little scary how happily she said that. Or so I'd think, if I didn't know what her encounters with them had been like. I was a little shaken when I thought I killed the two of them, and when I learned that I really had killed the younger one. But now I'm just sorry I didn't take care of them sooner. Scum like that deserves far worse. Ah, that's great! Did they say what kind of stuff they'd been recording on video? Like the attackers' faces, for example? No sooner had the words left my mouth than Sarah's expression stiffened. Thinking about the crimes that had recorded was enough to put temporary damper on her mood.
The two of them are acting schoolgirls, and...
Oh, fuck me. Why'd I have to go and say that? That's obviously not something Sarah wants to think about. Oh, I see. In that case, the other one probably won't survive for very long. Prison don't take kindly to those who prey on underage victims, you know. What's so funny?
Sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. Thanks for trying to cheer me up.
Well, I'd rather have her laughing with me than at me. But whatever works, I guess.
Ah, that's right. As it turns out, the police have a girl from the grade beneath me in protective custody. Apparently, they're worried that the person responsible for the attack will come back and finish her off.
That's ridiculous. If I wanted to hurt her, I would have already done so.
I think it's stupid. I mean, if the attacker wanted to hurt her, wouldn't they have done so at the time of the attack?
Exactly, she has the idea. Huh. Maybe Sarah and I are more alike than I thought. I already found it weird that Sarah was already agreeing with the actions of a criminal. Now she's thinking like one too. I can understand the two of us sharing similar thought patterns. We're twins after all, and we've lived together our entire lives. But when it comes to topics like crime, honestly, this is the first time I've ever seen Sarah actually get excited over assault and murder. She's always considered them ghastly acts, one which she used to complain about when I so much as watched them on TV. So for the same general girl now be happy about the death and crippling of two young men.
So, what kind of person do you think the attacker was? We've been discussing it at school since we heard the news. Do you think it was just a coincidence, or was the attacker after those two from the beginning?
I wish. If that were the case, I probably would have done a better job. I'm not sure.
Aw, don't be afraid to be wrong. Come on, what do you think? Sorry.
It's fine.
Was the attacker just another criminal, or was it a vigilante?
Vigilante? Now that is an interesting take on the matter. I don't regret my actions, not in the slightest, but while I don't feel bad at what I did, I can't bring myself to feel particularly good about it either. The brand of a vigilante, however. If people think of my actions as those of a vigilante, then isn't that the confirmation that others see the actions as justified? Well, they didn't find any fingerprints or anything, right? I mean, if the attack was spontaneous, chances are they wouldn't have been caught. I really don't think it was just a random criminal. Sarah mulled over my argument for a second before nodding her head in agreement.
As expected of my brother, you arrived at the same conclusion as I did.
Phew, glad to hear. Sometimes I'm really not sure whether or not I subscribe to the same reason and logic as everyone else. So it's nice to get a confirmation that my conclusion made sense.
With that being said, what do you think about...
Think about what? Oh.
What?
Come in.
Good evening.
Oh, evening, Sai. Wait, it's evening already?
You should really go outside once in a while, you know?
Have ruined my perfect complexion?
Moving along, I have information I think you should hear. Have you been watching or reading the news at all?
The news? Why would I do that? Half of it is fabricated and the rest is just plain boring.
Usually I agree with you, but today...
What is it?
Let's just say I have my eyes on someone who I think would be perfect for our upcoming operation.
Ooh. I wonder what they're talking about. As Sarah's fascination with the vigilante logs deepened, and our discussions spanned a greater portion of our night than anticipated, Sarah and I soon found ourselves eating dinner while watching a news recap of the very event we've been discussing. But as Sarah remained glued to the television, what intrigued me more than the tales of my violent morning was Sarah's enthusiasm, and her uncharacteristic stance in regards to what had happened. I initially had been worried that my actions, my violent digression would inevitably drive us apart, should I be exposed. I thought that the sight of me covered in a stranger's blood would sicken my sister, maybe even prompt her to call the police. However, as Sarah not only heard of my exploit, she would wholeheartedly agree with what I did. She did regale me with baseless rumors she had heard at school, her own theories on the matter, and without a doubt made dinner far more lively than usual. Despite the morbid topic, our night was as happy as peaceful as possible. Right up until the moment when she brought up the witness. While I found some solace in the fact that the police weren't knocking on our door, I wasn't naive enough to believe that they had no leads whatsoever. Between the DNA I left at the scene and the girl being in the police custody, they aren't going to just drop the investigation, and yet with such things now out of control, all I can do is wait. As Sarah and I prepared to go to sleep, I asked her a question. Say, Sarah, you know the witness from your school, right? Do you think you can get any information from her?
What do you think I was planning on doing? There's no way I could leave this alone that easily.
I should have known. Finally ready to accept my award for the day Finally ready to accept my award for a day full of hardship, I lay it down without another word. No matter how exhausted I am and how conflicted I feel, there's nothing a good night's rest can cure.
Don't worry, I'll keep you posted.
Sarah navigated her way from the light switch to our bed, soon snuggling up to her idolized vigilante.
Sweet dreams.